So we've talked about racial literacy. We've talked about racial healing. Those are first steps. No matter where you are, these women need to know what racial literacy do they have for non-white women, for women of color? To know what we've done, what we've brought, what we've contributed to society. Are their hearts open to our experience? So I would say, let's look at their racial literacy. Let's look at their racial healing. And for a lot of European-based white women, a lot of that racial healing is to go back and connect and reclaim the fact that Europeans killed white goddesses. If you were accused of being a witch, you died. They would tie you up, throw you in the water, and if you didn't come up, you were not a witch, but you were dead. And if you came up, they'd kill you. So just to be accused. So the divine feminine in this European white world has been crushed, and they've tried to eliminate it. So it's really good to go back and recognize, to study, to get your racial literacy up on where it comes from women of color. And then you need to do your racial healing for how it was destroyed in your culture and for how they have squashed and recognized it in non-white cultures, because there's a game there of, oh, yes, the Africans have it. Yes, the Native Americans have it, but then you squash it at the same time. So that's a longer answer. And then there's another step, which is, how are you going to go towards these other cultures with internship, inviting them to come and be interns in your organization, but not one. Because if you invite one, you do not have critical mass to have safety. So how am I going to find a group of them to invite in to our organization? And then the next step is stewardship. How am I going to have them counsel, coach me? You put this up, please go back to that. You know, this man is about to become, well, probably become mayor of New York. And this is a Black man who's a former policeman and who has written a book about this plant-based healing, this healthy. So if you want to go towards the Black community, have you got him to advise you, to counsel you, to coach you? That's the stewardship. Have you followed him and what he's trying to do? Have you relinquished? I love this word, Julie. Have you relinquished and said, I will follow him for part of the road? And what did he want to do? And how does he say it? And what are his recipes? And learn from him and follow him before you try leadership, and leadership on a goal, an objective, a mission that is shared between a BIPOC community, between women of color, and between women who are white. So I'm going to do that again. First, you need to get your racial literacy. Then you need to do your racial healing. And then you're going to start on that. Yeah, very much. It's not binary. So you're coming along a path. And then as an organization, the organization brings in interns, a group of people. So, because if you bring in one, they're going to get squashed. So bring in the interns, do the stewardship, get his book, learn from it, bring in people to advise, to counsel, to coach you. It's what Julie said. She went to the village. She had someone who knew, be responsible, be a steward. They stewarded her, coached, advised. And then do followership. I follow the women of color. And then, and only then, do I try and do something that's leadership with them.